Hi there, that's me. I'm a guy. And I have loads of junk. I do everything from vehicle repairs, yard cleanups, house cleaning, and full-on renovations. All my current projects are actually part of an old military base. All projects are bought through either private sales or tax foreclosures. My goal at the end of the day is to fix things that need a fixin' and to hopefully provide affordable housing for my community. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. What you gonna find? Definitely no rat. Yeah, I'm just gonna break out my torch right away and see if we can't break that free. Obviously, right? All right, welcome to my $300 car. Whew, that's a little bright. Take a little walk around here. This is a 2007 Chrysler Sebring. Now, obviously the paint's a little faded, especially there on top. But then again, for 300 bucks, you can't really go wrong. Not too bad looking of a car. I mean, it's got some little bit of rust here on the fenders. But again, 300 bucks, you can't beat it. Inside doesn't look too bad either. A little dirt somewhere, some places, but other than that, it's pretty clean. Gotta look at the back seat. And not a whole lot of stains. I really don't see much of anything. Just really clean for a $300 car. All right, so we got a little work to do to this car, obviously, but for 300 bucks, you really can't go wrong with this type of car. Even if it didn't run, I could probably still make my money back on this. So I seen this on Facebook. She had it posted for $300, and I messaged her, and I just kind of jumped on it right away. For that price, I'm not going to try to bring her down on the price any. 300 bucks, well, more than fair. Only thing I have done to the car is replace the battery and put some new terminals on it, and she runs. She drives, so that's phenomenal. For 300 bucks right now, I can drive this probably around town. I won't go too far just yet. One side of the car kind of vibrates a little bit, but I believe that's a tie rod. We will replace that as well. Getting it home, battery was dead. I couldn't even test drive it, couldn't try to start it, nothing. I knew nothing about this car when I got it. But again, for 300 bucks, I was not going to pass it up. So I had my boy go with me. We took my truck, and we just towed it home. It got dark on us, and that was very interesting. Only thing I could see was his tail lights as I'm right behind him, and that was getting kind of iffy towards the end. But we got it home. It was safe. So thank you to Chris for helping me out with that. So $300 for the car. I paid Chris $50 for going with me to help me tow the car. And then with the battery and the terminals, you're right about $180 for both of those. So I think as we go along here, as you kind of already seen, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of include the price of the parts that I'm going with, and we'll see the total cost of the car just to get it running and down the road like it should. Hopefully it turns out okay. Also, this car only has 129,000 miles. That's insane. On a $300 car, I was expecting to have 200,000, 240,000, but no, 129, and that really surprised me when I got that battery in and seeing that. I couldn't believe the miles on this. Like I said, it does run, does not run very good. Yeah, there she goes. She's idling kind of high, and we definitely got some parts to replace on this, and we'll kind of go over that. Check engine lights on, and right here I'm going to show you guys what kind of codes it's throwing. But some codes, and I can currently run and drive it. Not too bad. Also has remote start too, which is really cool. '07, it's not bad for the year. And I got this mainly because it's just better on gas. I love my truck, but she loves to drink that gas. So I think something a little more fuel mile efficient will help me out. Just saves some money in the long run. So we're gonna get started with some of the maintenance stuff, and as we go along, I'll keep adding the parts price down here and just see how much it costs to get this car kind of up and going. Hope you guys enjoy. Look at that nice clean bay. Yeah, it's been sitting for a little bit. So all right, first thing we're gonna get started with is just spark plugs and the coil packs. Get those changed out here, and just kind of a little bit of maintenance on it. It definitely needs it. All right, as you see here, this whole spark plug is just covered in oil. So obviously we're gonna have to replace the gasket in here. So we can go ahead and do the work, get the parts that I have, and I'm not gonna start this until I get the new gasket on this. Okay, with that being that full of oil, I'm gonna go ahead and stop there. We'll go ahead and get the new spark plugs in there, get it cleaned out. But I'm not gonna put these new coil packs back in. Obviously I got to take those out to replace that gasket anyway, but thankfully my local parts store does have one on hand, so I'll be able to do that here shortly. We'll go ahead and keep going with spark plugs, and then here we'll change out the valve cover gasket. Definitely got some oil over that one as well. So I'm glad we're going to get some new gaskets in there. And to make sure we don't lose our bolts, we're just going to shove those right back into the spot here. Make sure I know exactly where they're at. As you can tell, the spark plugs have definitely seen some better days. They really need to be replaced. The coil packs aren't looking too horrible. I still got new ones, so we'll go ahead and change those, and I might save these for down the road. Clean them up a little bit, maybe throw them in the trunk in case I have another one fall out at some point in time. Alright, as we wait for the gasket to show up, we're going to go ahead and jump in and replace the throttle body here. It kind of has all the sensors and everything all built into one, and unfortunately these are not really rebuildable. But they're not that pricey either. So I'm going to start with this. Alright, we'll go ahead and remove the air intake here. And the throttle body is all the way down here. Get the hose and stuff out of the way, and then we should have about 4 bolts and electrical connection in the back, and this should pop right off. Well, I guess I didn't have to buy one. It actually ended up coming with one, but oh well. So, got the new throttle body. We'll stick that in, and she's installed. Looks a lot nicer and should work a lot better. Alright, before I get too much further and put the intake back on, I'm going to go ahead and pop this off, pop this cover off here, and make sure there's no surprises inside this. Especially being sitting out in the field for a while, you never know what you're going to find. Yeah. Like I said, you never know what you're going to find. Definitely an old rat's nest up in here. Get that cleaned out and kind of throw this back together. And the filter looks really nice too. If you can see light through it, you know you're good. And that is very, very nice. And the new gasket showed up. We got the valve cover gaskets there, so we'll go ahead and get started on that. I think before I get too much further on this, I'm just going to blow this out real quick and make sure we keep as little stuff getting in the engine as we can. We'll go ahead and throw these old ones back in real quick to make sure we keep the dirt in that area as well. One thing I do like is that motor is extremely clean. There's no buildup. This looks really nice. Oh man, that gasket's definitely old and frail. It's definitely shot. Also, make sure if you ever do this gasket here got a little lip on the inside where the bolt sits. You want to push that up with your finger on the bottom. Push this little metal piece up, and we're just going to slide that in there to make sure it sits in there properly. Just like so. Just to see the difference here, no squish, lots of squish. That's the difference. New, completely trash. All right, now that we got that top all nice and done, that new gasket's on there, that's going to seal that out a lot better. And now the spark plug shouldn't fill up with oil, so that'll definitely help out a little bit. All right, next we'll go ahead and put the coil packs in, and then we'll see kind of where we're going to go from there. All right, so I'm just kind of looking at some of these electrical wires here, and it looks like we got some bare wires in here. I don't like that. We're going to use a little electrical tape and kind of clean that up a little bit. Also, this area here, this wire, when I first got the car, I inspected this already, and I noticed there was a wire chewed off right in here. So I was able to get a fresh wire in there and just kind of help it out. We're going to get some fresh tape on this, make sure those wires ain't bare. We should be good. Now that we got all that replaced inside of there, I think the engine should be good to go. Got a few other things I want to replace before we give her a test start, maybe a test drive depending on how she starts up. Let's talk about it. When I talked about the side of the car vibrating, and it's doing it like 35 miles an hour, so I'm pretty sure the tire rod on this side is just completely shot. It's done, and let me show you. All right, so got the tire nice and freed up here. So one thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab it, kind of shake it a little bit. You see that movement? Shouldn't be any play there. So we'll go ahead and take this tire off and replace that tie rod. All right, I got that broke free. Got my pickle fork out, and I just did a little slamming on it. Popped it right out. Sorry I'm not recording as much on this area. Battery's getting kind of low right now, so yeah. All right, I already know that this is going to be a giant pain in the butt to get off. So yeah, I'm just going to break out my torch right away and see if we can't break that free. Oh yeah, making a little progress. Gotta love the torch. All right, we got the old one off. And time for the new one. That is a lot better. All right, next we're gonna do some windshield wiper blades because obviously those have seen some better days. So, obviously, right? And last but not least, we got the foot pedal accelerator sensor here. Kind of the whole damn thing right there. So we'll replace that. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to record that very well. It's kind of up and underneath. But I'll kind of show you guys what I'm doing, and then we'll get this done. All right, here we go. Going to replace the pedal here. Connector there on top, and about 3 bolts. That should come right out. Old one out. Time for the new one. Oh yeah. All right, pedal has been replaced. We replaced a lot of parts, so the moment of truth here. Come on, baby. All right, the idle finally did come down. Gave the computer a little time to kind of recognize what she was doing. We're not flashing that light down here anymore. I still got some codes here, so I'm probably gonna clear these codes. We'll take it for a test drive and just see how she does. But you can hear that? It sounds so much better. All right. Yeah, pretty good. Still got a bit of a shake to it. I'll have to figure that out, but she's running. 300 bucks. Yeah. All right, so she's still not running in tip-top shape. We're gonna go ahead and replace both the O2 sensors in this, and then hopefully that'll gear up the engine. We got one right there, and I have another one you can barely see right there. Old one is out, new one going in. And both O2 sensors out and replaced. All right, got the O2 sensors replaced, which is phenomenal. Also, today I went to Walmart and I got some new tires on the car. So I'll drop that price here and we'll keep going with that estimate. Also, should you ever replace your own O2 sensors, make sure you get an O2 socket. It'll look just like this. Got that nice slit in there for the wire and you won't damage it. All right. What do you guys think about that little car? I thought that was actually really neat, especially really cheap. There's a couple other things I did to it, but I did not record. I ended up getting a new battery cable for it. The negative side on that was just completely just junk. So I went and got ahead and got a new battery cable installed. That was $30. I also did an oil change, and I just did that at the local shop in town, and that was $87. So total cost, we're at $1,442. So that's a total of $1,142 in parts. $300 for the car, a total of $1,442. That's awesome. For a car that runs and drives, there's no check engine light on it now. I can remote start it. It starts up just fine. It runs great. It drives really nice. Obviously, there's a few other costs in there I didn't include. Taxes and fees, getting car insurance, putting gas in it. But that's just kind of normal stuff. I didn't want to include that anyway. $1,442 is really cheap for a car that runs and drives really nicely. And thankfully, when I got the new tires on the car, it took out the shaking completely. We're almost driving like a brand new car. There are a few things I need to replace on there yet. I got brakes, rotors I need replaced, struts and shocks. Those are all getting really old and definitely need replaced. I might record that. If you guys would like to see that, let me know down below if you guys would love to see that video as well. Also, before I forget, I want to give a shout out to Mr. E and I Don't Care. Thanks to you guys for running to the auto parts store for me and grabbing the valve cover gasket. That definitely helped me out that day, and I could just keep rocking and keep recording and just help me finish up the car that day. A lot of parts to replace, and it took quite a while. But big shout out to you guys for helping me out and able to get that car done. And voting this week, or over the last couple weeks, you guys voted about 52% to save this video for a rainy day. Unfortunately, I kind of hit the rainy day quite early. I can't afford a propane tank right now to heat up the house or any of the houses. A little chilly to be out there working that long without heat. So I decided we're just going to post this video first, and then hopefully I can save enough money so I get some propane. That's about $30 per bottle, so it costs a little bit. It's not extremely expensive, but that's a little more than I could afford right at this moment. I already kind of spent a little too much. As you guys can see here, I got this memory foam thing here. This is actually part of our old bed. We're actually picking up a new bed today. It should be delivered here soon, so just kind of getting everything ready for it. So I apologize for the mess you guys see, but that's kind of why I'm a little on the broken right now. Gotta wait till I get a few extra bucks to be able to afford that propane tank. All right, I'm not sure where we're going to be at next. Um, it depends on kind of what I've got going on. There's a couple different things, a deciding factor on where I'm going to be next week. I'm not sure if we'll be in the Pine Project or if we'll be in the Willow Project. One of those two will definitely happen. I do have an announcement for the Pine Project. The people that are here and watching that as well, I have finally decided what I'm going to do with that property. I'm going to let you guys know here very shortly. Probably in the next video. No matter what, in the next video, I'll post that for sure. The Willow project, we got definitely some more wiring to do in there yet. Hopefully it goes a little faster and we can get done with that fairly soon. I know watching me doing wiring isn't the greatest thing in the world, so I'm gonna try to knock that out as quickly as I can and get maybe to like insulation, and we get to the more exciting things in that project. Also, I have a correction I gotta make as soon as I get into that Willow project. I gave you guys some information when that wasn't exactly true, so I want to make sure I kind of clarify that in that next video. All right, now we can talk about one of my favorite sections in the video, the channel's growth. Right here, you guys can see how far we've actually grown within the last week. Again, that is awesome. I can't thank you guys enough for the support and all the subscribers I'm getting. You guys commenting and liking the video has extremely helped me out a lot, and I can't believe we're this far. That is truly awesome. Also, we don't have a buy me a coffee section this week. Unfortunately, I'm stuck with soda. If you guys would like to buy me a coffee and see your name pop up in the screen, I'll leave the link in the description if you guys would like to do something like that. Also, something unique and kind of cool. I don't know if you guys would be interested in it. I have started a new channel. That channel is a guy in his kitchen. Just a little bit of me doing some cooking at home and cleaning up the house a bit. There's only one video posted on that channel so far. It is very new. So if you guys like to see a little bit more of me than what you see here and maybe a different side of things like the cooking and cleaning of my home, check that channel out and maybe subscribe over there as well. I think that's all I got for you guys in this video. Like I said, I'll let you guys know where we'll be at next week. Still trying to decide that. I'm kind of communicating with the company here. They might be sending me something, some tools. So if that happens, then we'll definitely be at the Willow Project. If not, we might be at the Pine Project. But I'm sure I'll find out here soon. So other than that, that's all I got for you guys, and I appreciate you guys checking in. And if you would, hit that like button on your guys' way out. Thanks.